Okay, so now we're going to come to one of my favorite things about Google Classroom. So we're going to create an assignment and we're going to include a rubric to it, which if you have in the past used something as complicated as Docupus or one of those types of things, add-ons that you've used in Google, this or the Rubric, which is great. I mean, all of those things are really great, but this is so much easier than that. So we're going to create an assignment, and I actually kind of created a doc ahead of time to make my life a little simpler. So I've created an assignment, and I'm going to call this 003 Write On Question, which is something that we do in our reading program, so it's a specific title. So then I'm going to go into my drive, and it will have something that I made most recently, and it's this one right here. And actually, it's called 12 because it's actually a real assignment that I'm going to use with my students, but I'm just showing you. So I'm going to select this to add to my assignment. But I'm also going to, actually, before I add it, let me take this off of here. I'm going to go into my drive and show you the assignment. So right here is the assignment, and I just, did a Google Doc in Drive just like always. I chose a really specific font. I wrote type your name here because when my students open it, I'm going to tell them to erase that and type their name. Google Classroom saves everything with their name on it, but I want to teach them that when they are typing something for a class, they need to not assume that, of course, who knows in the future. But I just want to make sure that they know how to do it. So, and then I included the directions, which is specific to our reading program, which is to create a thoughtful 100-point answer. And then here it says describe this character in 4 sentences or more. What kind of a person is he? I'm still kind of working on it, but I'll add it. So I could have the students do this assignment, and then I can go through and hand grade it. It's not too complicated in Google Classroom because when you look at an assignment, it has a space for you to type in a grade. But we love to use rubrics, so I'm going to use a rubric that I discovered called Orange Slice. And so you're going to go to your button, this add-on button right here, and this works in Google Docs. If you like to create your curriculum in Google Slides, all add-ons that are put into Google are need-based. And there just hasn't been a lot of requests for add-ons in Google Slides yet, but I do know for a fact that Google is extraordinarily responsive, and so if you need something, you just need to communicate it with Google. They really respond to teachers because they created things like Google Classroom for teachers, so they want teachers to like it. So you're going to use this add-on button. I already have Orange Slice. But if you didn't have that, you could go down to Get Add-ons and then just search for Orange Slice, and it'll come right up. And there are 2 Orange Slice rubrics that you can use. I just added the teacher rubric, but there is also, I'll go ahead and do a little search for you. I'm going to search the add-ons for Orange Slice. And there's also a student rubric. Notice they're both free. And the cool thing about the add-ons here is that you can have students use a rubric to evaluate each other's work. I haven't done that yet, but it's something I intend to in the future. Okay, so that's how you would add the add-on. Sounds kind of funny. So I'm going to use the teacher rubric right now, and I'm just going to go straight to the score rubric, and it's going to pop up right over here. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm adding a rubric to this assignment. So notice it says grade, and it has space here because after I score the rubric, when I'm grading their work, it will actually put their percentage in their grade right here, depending on how you set it up. So this is so easy to use, it's great. So I like to do my rubric descending, so A, B, C, D, out that direction. So you just are going to work your way through these prompts. So the first one is performance levels. Do you want to do like A, B, C, D, straight traditional letters? I tend to use this, great, good, average, and needs more work. That's the one I almost always use. So then once I select my category, so I picked my performance levels, notice you can go back and forth, just click. You can even create your own, which I know some of you will be really excited about. Once you've used it and you've created your own, you can use it again in the future. So, but right now I'm just going to go with great, good, average, needs more. Okay, so that's the one I want. So now it's going to move me on to the categories. And it has already preloaded categories. I could go back and create my own rubric with my own categories, my own topics. But I actually like these. So I'm going to pick ideas, sentence fluency, because that's what we're working on here, conventions, organization. So I have 4. I think I'm just going to go with 4 for right now. Okay. And then once I have that set up, now I'm going to actually create the rubric, and it's thinking right here. Making the rubric, and you'll see that it's going to put it right here at the top. So when students open this assignment, they're going to see the rubric. So they know how it's going to be graded, and that's, you know, totally a lesson that you can go over with them. Take some time and read through the rubric before they begin. And again, all of this is editable. So once you have it set up, you can change everything. So you can take the time to build a really specific rubric that fits your assignment, that fits whatever curriculum you're using. And then over here, I can put in the total number of points. So let's say I want this to be worth 20 points because I've got 4 categories. I can even add, if I wanted to, category weights if you're working on some specific skill that you want them to work on. And so now it's distributed. Notice it just distributed. If you look here in this section, oops, it distributed it how I want it to be. Okay, so then I'm finished. So now this orange slice rubric is attached to this assignment. So I can close it, and it's all set up and good to go. So, and sometimes I will put this information above the rubric and have the rubric at the bottom, or you can have the rubric at the top and the work underneath. That's something that you can adjust. So now when I go into this to assignment, I'm going to add the assignment. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to go to the top today. That's not what I want. I'm going to go to my drive. Oops, there we go. Sorry, it was the wrong file. Oh, I know why, because it's still open. Hang on 1 second, let me close it. Okay, so I'm going to go back and actually close this. I find that it works better if you close things. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my drive. Yeah, there it is right there. So now I can attach this assignment, just like I did before with something else. And again, I'm going to make it have each student get a copy. Make a copy for each student. And I'm going to go ahead and assign it so you can see it. So you can see right here is the assignment. And then if I were to click on this, I see my assignment with the information, with the rubric at the top. Okay, so now if a student had submitted it to me, it's all ready, it's good to go, I'm ready to grade. I go back in to my add-ons, I pull up the score rubric. Again, it's going to look a little bit different. Now, this is so cool. This is my favorite thing. I can read through their paper and I can click and grade how they did, just like that, right? And then I can process the grade. It takes it a few seconds. And now their rubric has been graded. And if you look, it gives this student their score. I can click into here and I can write whatever notes I want to let the student know. So you still have the room to be really specific and talk about different things. I also have access to the actual document, so I can choose to, if I wanted to, I could highlight a phrase or a sentence that, you know, I want to talk about up here. But it's like super easy, super quick, and especially I think as you customize your rubrics and categories and it gets really specific to what you need, it makes it really easy for you to give really specific feedback to students, but you don't have to spend a bazillion of hours doing it. And once you create a rubric, you can access it again so that you can use that same rubric the next time, because it's, again, saved all within Google. Super easy to give really good feedback to your students. So that's Orange Slice. Totally use it.